Here's Bill Kristol right now on Twitter. I've bought renegadeparty.com, redirects to neither Trump nor Hillary. Ducks all in a row. That's all that's needed now, a candidate. He's got, what is that? Let's talk about this. Yeah, this is hilarious. Bill Kristol, who has been so wrong about so many things. It's amazing, this guy, like... Bill Kristol...
The anti-touch.
I think Bill Kristol is...
Never Stradamus.
Exactly. Can you if you jumble these words around, failed upward, does that come? Here he is on with CNN, Allison Camerata, who is expressing some skepticism towards Bill Kristol's attempt to get a third party, or really what would ultimately be probably a fifth or sixth party. That's why the funny thing about this is why does anybody think that, Bill Kristol's candidate is going to actually garner any major support from anybody? But here is Bill Kristol getting a little testy. And I don't even know if she brings up the fact that he's never been right about anything. Good.
The Weekly Standard. Good morning, Bill.
Hi, Allison.
How is your effort to find a third-party candidate going?
It's going fine. I mean, it's a tough thing to do. If it were easy, people would do it every 4 years. But there are a lot of serious people who think the country deserves a better choice than Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, and they're considering it. And I think we'll know in a couple of weeks whether someone serious steps up. The mechanical, logistical, legal obstacles are manageable, honestly. The money will be there.
Are they? I mean, but what about the Texas not being able to be on the Texas ballot, the deadline having passed, other deadlines coming up?
I think a legal challenge against the Texas early deadline would succeed. Similar challenges succeeded in the 80s. You'd have to do a couple of lawsuits, Texas, North Carolina. All the other ballots you can get on. People have some kind of weird interest in telling us how hard this is to do. Let us try to do it. I mean, look, this isn't finding a figurehead, as someone said earlier. This is about getting a serious person who wants to do the right thing for the country. There are several people, Ben Sasse, Tom Coburn, Mitt Romney, have all said they don't think they could support either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Asking these people to run, that's a huge, hurdle. That's a big obligation for them, and they're pondering it and weighing it. But if they're serious people, and I think one of them will probably do it.
So who's on your short list?
Pause it. So basically what Bill Kristol... First off, I can't see the visual on this. Now, was Bill Kristol woken up in the morning? Did all of a sudden a camera crew show up in his bedroom? Because he really seems like he's really being put off. What are you doing here? I'm doing this. Why are you asking me these questions? I mean, presumably he was invited onto the show. And
it seems like he has a lot of Botox.
He's very pained.
It's very bizarre.
I mean, the guy could have
can't move.
Maybe he just came out of some dental work, and they
can't move.
ambushed him in a dental office.
He has a crush on Allison.
But here he is.
She has cooties.
Here he is, basically
psychology.
saying, "Look, it's all the ducks are lined up in a row. This third party candidate's going to be greeted with candy and flowers, dancing in the streets. It's going to be a cakewalk, basically. We just need to find a sucker." And
one of them will probably do it.
So who's on your short list?
Well, I mentioned Ben Sasse, the young senator from Nebraska.
But he said no.
Impressive. He said no so far. Let's see what he says this week or next week. Tom Coburn, the recently retired senator from Oklahoma, real man of integrity, bipartisan respect in Congress, early advocate for cutting government,
and I think that he said that there might be health concerns, so that he wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, well, look, if you're going to just say that it's tough to do and then no one to step forward, yes. No one to step forward, yes. Do I think someone could step forward? Yes. Have I been in touch with Sasse and Coburn and Mitt Romney? Yes. Do these people seriously think the country deserves better? Yes. Now, if you guys want to say, oh, well, I mean, I'm sorry, the people have so far have said, no, it can't happen. That's great. Let's have a Trump. You guys would love a Trump-Clinton race. Fantastic news every day, right?
There's going to be at least a Trump versus somebody race. There's odds are that it's going to be Clinton. Why would that change dramatically if Ben Sasse got in the race? The media wouldn't love a three-way race. Oh, if you're just going to sit there and say everybody on my short list has already said no, and some are actually saying that I'm afraid if I do this, it will actually make me die earlier. Well, then that's what you're going to do. Wait, did they shoot this in his bedroom? Where is he? In the bathroom?
No, it is at 7:05 a.m. in the morning in Washington, but
he's in presumably like a studio, right? Like he's not like being ambushed in his car.
he's on location, but there's a backdrop of Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
News every day, right? Two really unattractive candidates fighting stupidly about their personal lives, fighting with the New York Times. I'd like to have someone run who could really do better for the country.
Yeah. I mean, my job is to be a reality check.
No,
my job is not to be a
fine.
cheerleader for, your effort. I'm interested in your effort, and I'm certainly interested in hearing who you're talking to. But the reality check is that...
Yeah, what is the reality,
Well, the reality check is that in public, people have said, thanks, but no thanks. I mean, we've heard John Kasich, who said
Donald
that.
Trump
Mark Cuban.
clinched the nomination. Look, Allison, I'm not criticizing you. Donald Trump clinched the nomination 1 week ago, right? Is it 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago? I've lost track of time. It's been such a wonderful, elevating, edifying experience to see Donald Trump here as the likely Republican nominee. I think people are really processing this. They're trying to see how doable it is. They're obviously doing due diligence. I don't want anyone to jump into this and decide a month or two from now that it's not the right thing to do. I hope the country gets a better choice than Clinton or Trump. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm just working on it. And people are entitled to say, gee, it's difficult. It is difficult.
Jeez, this guy's like having a nervous breakdown. Like man, you really get the feeling like he booked this like 2 weeks ago when he thought this thing was going to work. And then all of a sudden, everybody on his list said, no way. Like one guy has to say, like, I'm afraid I'll die if I do this. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm still booked on CNN.
A guy who's totally okay. It seems to just shrug off being one of the prime propagandists for the invasion of Iraq and also bringing everybody Sarah Palin. And this is the first thing that actually like knocks his stride.
Why doesn't he get Sarah Palin to run?
What'd you say?
Why does he get Sarah Palin to run?
She's supporting Trump.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, I mean, it's just a matter of like a negotiation, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just a matter of his next delusional freakout appearance on TV. That's all it is, which I'm sure will be booked endlessly because that guy can apparently do nothing. He must have compromising photos of every single major executive in media in the world.
Somebody just tweeted, somebody just IM'd me, and I don't know if I can find it, but like they said, you want to know how unknown Ben Sass is? I'm from Nebraska, and he's my senator, and I didn't even know he was my senator. Let's go to the phone. Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook, and just generally enjoy us.